Are you relocating to Saudi Arabia, but you do not know how to go about renting? You check online, you see some properties, but you don't really know what's the deal? In this video, I'm going to shed some light on the property rentals, especially in Jeddah, because I live in Jeddah, how it works. And if you need more information on other areas, just link me up in the comments below. You know what? Don't go anywhere. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. This is where we talk about everything moving abroad, to study, to work, and to live, and also travel the world to explore it. To my subscribers who keep coming, thank you so much for your support. You know what? YouTube tells me that 87% of you haven't subscribed. What are you waiting for? Please kindly subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the bell for notification to get new updates when I upload the video. So let's just dig in. The first thing I want to talk about is how the days work here. So you're looking for a property. You want to come and rent here. That's fine. We're all doing that. But how do the days work? Here, the working days are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no Friday, sometimes Saturday. So if you have it in mind that, oh, on Fridays, I'm I'm less busy, so I'll communicate with these property managers or this listing that I've got. You know what? No one is going to reply back because on Fridays, it's just like a Sunday, I should say, in the UK. So bear that in mind. That's just by the way, but I had to just bring it out for you to know the days that work here. Another thing to bear in mind is there are two scenarios. So these are the scenarios that I know of. Maybe there are others. Okay, so the one who is working in the country might be working outside of the province where you're living, or yes, outside of it. And the second scenario is he might or she might be working in the same province. So these are the two categories that I know of. If there are any, just let me know in the comments below. And where are you watching from? When I find out where my subscribers are watching from, I'm so happy. I go like, oh, wow. Thank you guys for the love and the support. So yeah, these are the two scenarios. You should know if your spouse is getting a job here. He or she will tell you, oh, I'm going to work in this province or that province. Sometimes they don't know until they come to the headquarters, maybe in Riyadh, and then they are told, okay, you go to wherever. Then that is where you decide where will the family stay, which place is closer to the person in terms of flying in or driving in. So this is our scenario. So basically, my husband works 6 hours away and 6 hours by car. But by flight is about 1 hour, 1 hour 30. And he comes back, every now and then, about once a month, he comes back and then he goes back. So this is the scenario I'm talking about. Yes. So it's not like when we used to live in the UK. We lived there for almost 2 decades. And we've lived for almost 2 decades. It's like we go everywhere together. It's not like that. So now it's like there's this distance, but it's nice. We get to miss each other, which is also good. So yes, I wanted to chip these two things in for you to know how it works here, so you wouldn't be too expectant of higher expectation in case your spouse has to go work somewhere else for some time before coming, because it's so common here. So now we come to accommodation, and this is for educational purposes only. Don't take my word for it. You need to also do your research into this. So if your company sponsors you, not in every case where they will go find the accommodation for you. So some companies do have accommodation. And when we're driving around Jeddah, I see that Aramco do have accommodation. Saudi has accommodation. So this is how it is. Where we live, there's a whole big block of flats. It's really about I think 11 stories, and they have nurses and the hospital workers. A bus brings them home, takes them to work. So in this case, it means the company has accommodation for the person working in that hospital. So if they have their family in that apartment, it means their family will be staying with them. And it all depends. It's not always allowed for dependents to live with those working, because maybe it might be a site, a construction site, and they've built them an accommodation center, a huge one where they are living in. So you are not allowed. I mean, this is very, very normal. It happens everywhere. So if the company is sponsoring you, it means you are being sponsored in terms of finances to find a place. But remember, coming here and even looking, whilst looking before coming, the money isn't so enough that you have to top up what you are given. But it's not bad at all, depending on your offer. So it really depends on your offer. That is why I've said in so many videos that you need to know how to bargain for a good offer. So let's take this scenario where, like ours, where we are living in a different place, because if your spouse is working somewhere else, the accommodation taken care of, I mean, his food, everything, laundry, whatever, name it, everything is taken care of. It means that when you're going to apply for the visa, it means you need to know where you guys will be staying. Because I've said it in my video on the visas that it is so fast. It is a couple of days. So you need to be planning ahead. I'll be referring to my notes as well. So if you are coming on a remote visa, because they give remote visa, if you're coming to work here as a remote worker, then you need to find your accommodation yourself. And there are two ways to rent here. So there's the short-term rentals and there's the long-term ones. So the short-term ones, the normal Airbnb, those are the portals that short-term, because maybe you're renting for 3 months, 6 months, and all that. But the long-term rentals is a year. And usually you will pay upfront a whole year. So some landlords will say, okay, you know what, just divide it into two, or maybe divide it into three. I will make videos on the properties as well, because before coming here, I really made some friends, especially whilst searching for accommodation. It was really stressful. It was so frustrating that I couldn't find the right accommodation that I wanted. Though I had it in mind, I had visualized it and all that. But you know what? When my husband's colleague found this place, told us that where they are is great. And my husband sent me a video. I was like, you know what? This is what I've been picturing all this while. So it was just a nice, great manifestation that I had, which I loved. So that is one thing. Word of mouth is also very important. The best way to start finding accommodation or to start looking for accommodation, you can start in your home country, but you know what? Choose the short-term rentals. Come live in for about 3 months, then search the areas, and you would come to know that, oh, this area is nice. This area, okay, no, I don't want to live here. It's too busy. Or this place is so quiet. Or this place is too far away. For us, we are a bit further off from the city center. So the tip here is just do, let's say, 2 to 3 months of short-term rentals. Come over and then rent. Come and rent, because if you rent something or if you rent an apartment whilst you are not here, you wouldn't know that most apartments, for me, most apartments I was seeing were unfurnished. And when they say unfurnished, it's unfurnished. So even the light, you have to fix it. So here, that you see those lights, the spotlights were given to us or were made for us, but we had to put the chandelier and I mean all those lights in the middle, you need to put it in. But in some places that I was searching for, you have to do the light. So you need to come over and see if you like the neighborhood. So because the thing is, you are just checking the house. What about the neighborhood? Would you like it? Is it noisy? Is it too quiet for you? So it's a good tip to do because we were willing to stay in an Airbnb for about 3 months, which I spoke to the guy. He was ready to even help us find accommodation whilst we are um, at his place, and we got a place here. So yeah, that's it. So when it comes to short term, you will know how much you pay. Long term, it varies. With long term, some will go from 70,000 reals to, I'll say 300,000 reals, because I was quoted about, I think, 200 and something thousand reals a year. So it varies. So it depends on you, because this is it. This is the catch. There are accommodations in compounds. So when they say compounds, it's it's like a village where everything is there. So the one I was looking at, especially, they have everything: swimming pools, they have the schools closer, they have a spa, they have a pharmacy, they have what can you think of? So it means you are in a compound where you can choose to go out or stay indoors for a week because you get a place to shop, supermarket. What can you think of? They have everything, tennis court, everything you can think of. So it's like a resort. That is how I should put it. So those are very expensive. And I'll go into details in my other videos, property search videos. So those are expensive. But if it's to your taste and you can afford it, why not? And there is the normal one. So we are in a compound here, but it's not a compound with swimming pool. There is a tennis court though, a volleyball court though, a football pitch. These are the types of accommodations. So the ones in compounds and the ones that they are not in compounds, as in they are not gated. Some are gated, but not like the resort ones. They are affordable. And some are gated with everything that you want in there. And some even have the shuttle to take you to town and back. So one thing one manager told me once is, I was just asking, so why don't we get more um, property ads, as in more of it? And he was like, it's not the culture here. So most landlords, many won't even advertise, because if you like it, you come for it. It's word of mouth. So if you are not finding any accommodation, doesn't mean there aren't gems around. There are gems around. When we came, I realized, oh wow, there are places around, but you can't find them. So I understand. That is why I'm making all these videos, to help you who want to move to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. In Riyadh, I have researched into one place which I think I'm in Jeddah, but I've fallen in love with, which is called Flow. And I haven't really spoken to anyone there, but I've just researched on their website. So if you are relocating to Riyadh, just check out Flow. Flow is, I checked it, and amazing. So it's a US company and gives that vibe of we are natural. And there's a gym there, everything that you want, I think, there. I don't know, yeah, there are swimming pools as well, gym and everything. Well, by the way, we have a gym. They've just opened our gym and we've started. We've started shredding. Oh my goodness, we've started shredding. So yes, very soon you'll see me shredded. Let's just hope so. So if you've been looking for accommodation in Jeddah and you can't find it, it isn't that there aren't any. There are many accommodations here, but they are not advertised. So when you come for the short term, then you start looking at the areas and whichever ones you want to go in for. So when you find an accommodation or a property that you like, an apartment, or let's say a house, usually their houses are townhouse. So if you find something like that in Beirut, find Property Finder is a great place. I think I preferred Property Finder KSA, yeah, than Beirut. I think there's another website like that. I preferred that one because I could really have so many photos to look through. And you can request for a video. So you can request the landlord to make a video for you. So they send it to you on WhatsApp. And remember, chat with them not on Fridays, but any other day they will respond, but not on Fridays. One thing to also keep in mind is the cost of furnishing if you're going in for unfurnished accommodation or unfurnished property. For us, it was unfurnished. There was nothing here. We have a video where we brought our bags. We came in June, and we just rolled our bags through the big living room, hall dining, and there was nothing. We slept on the floor for about, I think, 2 weeks because IKEA Jeddah decided not to deliver our things or our furniture to us until after 2 weeks. I don't know what happened. We would call, meanwhile, apparently, they are just close by, and we'll go to the shop. They'll say, oh, we've told the warehouse they're going to bring it. My goodness. So if you want to order from IKEA, if you are in Jeddah, just make sure that you order in advance. Once you are here and you've gotten this property, just order. Otherwise, you will sleep on the floor like us. And the cost, how should I put it? Should I say it's huge? Yeah, it can be huge because you are buying beds, sofa, dining table, dining chairs. What we had when we came in was the fridge, which was nice. It's a big, huge fridge, a new one, washing machine, dryer, and what again? Dishwasher is something we miss a lot because back home in the UK, we have a dishwasher. One day, I'm going to give you a tour of this apartment. If you are interested in it, just let me know in the comments below because there's a maid's room. One thing is almost every house, I think, will have a maid's room because it's their custom that they usually have maids who help with their house chores and also their kids. So it's so common to have maid's room because we have the maid's room, the maid's toilet, and that's where we have it's a storage for us. So yeah, so it's a 3-bedroom apartment which is large. That is what you have to also keep in mind, that the cost can really skyrocket. The cost can skyrocket. So if you are, I haven't talked about shipping so much because I knew people wouldn't be interested in it because it's a new channel. If you want me to talk about shipping your things from UK or US, I know I have an experience with UK, but when I say US, it means I'm just relating to people who live in the West. If you want to have an idea of what it takes, how to go about it, just let me know because I think I've done a video, but I didn't really do much. And one thing you realize is you pay a lot. I'm telling you, you pay a lot. And these shippers will just add up stuff. You don't know how they even calculate the things and they just bring a price like that for you. So yes, that's one thing you should also be aware of. And bring the most important things with you, truthfully. Or yeah, really. You need to bring the most important, not things that we ended up throwing so many things away when the shipment came. Cause the problem is our shipment ended up coming in, over, I think over 3 months. Yes, so we had bought some things already. So far our cost ranges around £12,000 to £13,000 just to furnish this place. We don't have wardrobes yet. we don't have desks for the kids to study. So basically we use the dining table, which is a big one. I wanted a big one where we can all sit by or around it to do our homeschool. It's really costly. So you need to think about all these things. If you found a furnished apartment or a house and it's a bit expensive, just calculate all these things. Let's say if furnishing a place, well, it's all due to your standard. But we have two living rooms. So this is our majlis, where it's kind of a formal living room, which I've turned into my living room studio. We have another living room as well, dining. So it depends on what you have and what you're doing. So if you are paying a bit more, that will be cheaper than you taking on an unfurnished property where you're going to spend. But remember, you'll be paying yearly. So calculate all those, opportunity costs and see if you want a furnished one or an unfurnished one. So I think I'm done with my accommodation, but I'm going to bring you other videos on accommodation later on. But let me know what you want to know as well, because if I know what you want to know, it makes it easier for me to make the videos or create the videos. I know I promised some people of this video and other videos as well. So I'm going to bring them over. There are some that I need to just go out and make the video for you, which I'm going to do that. So let me know, what do you want to know? You're moving to Jeddah, you're relocating to Jeddah, because I live in Jeddah. So yeah, maybe you can compare. If you can't find anything in Riyadh, or if you can't find anyone to communicate with, you can just maybe compare. But Jeddah is a nice place because, we're told to come to Jeddah because it's a nice place and people are nice here. So that's what we're told. I am not saying it. That's why we came to Jeddah. And I wanted a place where we could be by the sea and just go and relax sometimes by the Corniche when you feel like you want to see nature. I hope this video was useful to you. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and also, as I've said already, put your questions in the comment below. If you want a one-to-one, it's in the description of this video. So get in touch and we'll just go through what really you want to do. It's like where you are looking to live, or I can help you or guide you. So yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Watch my next video on the real life as a Saudi dependent.